Hello? Perfect. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Printerverse. If you're watching at home on Facebook or YouTube, hello. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for everybody in the booth. I really appreciate that you've spent your time here. Last year, I started these. You okay?
I'm going to make it.
You okay? Is everything okay? We have some medical staff here.
I'm going to tell your mother what
No,
you
no,
said.
no. Don't tell anybody what I just said, please. I started these panels last year because there is a reason I pick the companies that I work with that are on these banners, and that is because they are doing something to help the industry and the printers and the print customers move forward. And as we just said in the last panel, that might be actually the subtext theme here, which is keep it moving, people. You got to keep it moving. Brian Dollard is one of those people who keeps it moving. He is working with Ricoh, an organization that I am just coming to know in a deeper way recently. I went to their Interact conference just a month or so ago.
Back in June.
Oh, okay, a couple of months ago. And I have to say that I'm still talking about it, Brian Dollard. It was one of the best user group conferences I had ever been to, and that's because of your customers. And also because I was walking around looking for salespeople and I couldn't find any. And I said, Brian Dollard, where are all your salespeople? And he said, they're not allowed to come. This is not about selling equipment. This is about all of our customers getting together and talking to us about the technology they have and understanding what they need for the future and how you can make improvements, how they're using it so you can understand better what they need. And it makes me very happy that once again, you're in the Alliance, you're sitting next to me. Ricoh printed the Printerverse programs for us on their inkjet technology. It looks gorgeous. I cannot say enough about everything that you've done for me. You sponsor podcasts from the Printerverse. I could just go on and on. But ladies and gentlemen, Brian Dollard from Ricoh, thank you so much for everything.
Thank you, Deb.
Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about what you're doing at Ricoh and how Ricoh helps printers grow their business?
So, I was glad you you mentioned Interact, because one of the things we're trying to do at Ricoh is put a lot more emphasis on what the customer's experience is like once they get the equipment. We don't want to be that company that sells it and moves on. Interact 2018 was really representative of that approach we're taking. We wanted to put together an event, and it couldn't be more appropriately named, where we bring the best and brightest together in the industry to interact with our customers. Now going into and by the way, this year it was about 4 times the size as it had ever been. Took an entirely different approach where it encompassed all aspects of our business. Some people know us for sheet-fed products, for continuous form products. People are starting to get to know us for wide format products. This was an event where any customer could come, interact with their peers, again, learn from the best and the brightest in the industry. It wasn't all just Ricoh people. We brought people from the outside in. Deb was one of the people we brought in.
Yeah.
And we bring Deb in. You talk about what we do for the industry, and that works both ways. You bring a lot of people together, Deb, and you kind of keep us honest too.
That's my favorite part.
We like to go up and talk about how great we are, and I'm going to do that. We won lots of awards this week.
But if he goes out of control, I get to hit him with the alien.
I'll smack you right back. But she's the one that always, she's like that, your conscience on your shoulders. She'll always, you really want to say it that way? And it's valuable to us to have that unbiased view. But also to have this great audience. You've done a great job cultivating this group. So, events like Interact give us that opportunity to engage with the marketplace in a way that we feel it needs to be safe for them. We don't want people to come to this event thinking that they're going to be sold to morning, noon, and night. We think people will buy from us in the long term as a result of this, but it's because they've had a really valuable experience that improves their business.
I mean, every session went over because the attendees were talking to each other, And I went to the wide format session with Dan, which, by the way, every time he speaks, I want to buy a wide format press. And the attendees were asking him buying questions, and he was like, "I'm really not here to talk about that." And it was crazy. Like, he was literally saying, "I'm not trying to sell you a machine. Stop trying to buy me one from me right now. I'm talking about something else." I've never seen anything like that. It was incredible.
And so that stands as a good example of how we try to make that customer experience after they buy the equipment something of value to our customers. You know, another thing is Ricoh Business Booster, which is an online community. We have 100% customers only. There's a lot of resources there. There's training content there. We do webinars each month. We post all of Deb's podcasts there as well, although that's more of a public thing. But it becomes that resource center. So Interact's great, but that's one day out of 364 days. You know, Ricoh Business Booster becomes that online community for people to come to, communicate with each other, interact with each other, learn from each other, and again, we continually publish new content there that we think is going to help our customers going forward.
I mean, you get ideas for applications, you get how-tos for, you just did a webinar on how to help printers open the doors with print customers, with your agency. You have a lot of valuable stuff. I'm very happy to be part of the Ricoh family. I really am. I don't know where the big ragu is, but I love him too. Tell us about how you're specifically helping the printers grow their businesses.
Well, I mean, that's it. It's really about creating an environment where they can come.
Okay, that's
and
totally
learn.
fair. Yeah.
You know, so that's that online community. That's one part of it. Engaging with you on the podcast is another part of it. There's a lot that people can glean from that. And then having Interact on a monthly basis. It's that combination of all those things together that takes that commitment we have beyond just placing a box on someone's floor. You know, and hopefully, and we've learned from the feedback we're getting from our customers, that's helping them get the most out of their investment going forward.
So if people, you have actually done something really cool with your booth over there as far as making it one giant Ricoh application, which I think is very important for all the attendees to see the possibilities. I'm all about the print possibilities. I call it Printspiration, and there's plenty of it over in, is it 3011?
3011?
Oh my God, am I like,
how's that? Jeez.
like a Rain Man or something? That's crazy. How did I know that?
I think I got to give you $5 for that.
No,
now.
well, I'll take 10. Or, come on, you're Ricoh. Why don't you tell everybody what is going on in your booth and why they should stop by and take a look at Ricoh?
So, last year we had a very different goal when we came to this event. We wanted people to take a look at Ricoh because we felt like Ricoh was one of the best kept secrets in the industry. So we put one of everything in that booth, and there was just equipment galore there. And we tried to show things show applications that were practical and we connect with our customers. We've taken that much further this year. What we wanted to accomplish this year is really focus on our latest and greatest technology, but do it in a way that we show a really practical demonstration of how the technology can use. Our hope is that you'd go to our booth and you'll have an immersive and interactive experience. And immersive meaning we've set up a pop-up retail store inside of the booth.
You printed a retail store.
Well, so, there's, I saw a message yesterday on a publication saying print is everywhere. And that really says it. And I say this to people all the time that think, is print declining, is print dead? I challenge anybody to go anywhere, whether they're at home, in a store, in an airport, in a hotel, walking down the street, tell me how print is dead, because you can't open your eyes without seeing print. And this experience, this immersive experience, is you're going to walk into that pop-up retail store, you're going to walk on print, you're going to be surrounded by print, you can wear prints, and everything in that retail pop-up store is printed in one form or another using Ricoh technology. So that's the immersive part of this. You just can't escape it. You're surrounded by, you can wear the prints, for crying out loud. The interactive part is Ricoh has a product called Clickable Paper, which you're familiar with.
Yes, we have it enabled in our program, as a matter of fact.
It's an augmented reality technology. And with that technology now, we build a bridge to a digital experience. So it becomes very much an interactive experience. So if you haven't been to booth 3011, that's another $5. There you go.
I put it on the table tent, so I'm even smarter.
you can actually download the app and interact with some of the signs inside of the booth, and you'll get a good feel for how that works. I was just talking to our director of software sales and services, and he has done about 75 to 100 presentations on this alone in the last year. It is becoming one of the hottest topics in the market today. People are trying to understand it and understand how it can create more revenue for our customers. So by all means, come over.
Everybody take a look at Ricoh. Ricoh is on a plethora of panels and events. You're actually doing a lunch here tomorrow. Everybody is invited. Ricoh is taking everyone out to lunch, and we're going to talk about what's new and what's next. Getting more in depth into some of the things that you've mentioned here in this brief overview of movers and shakers. Again, Ricoh stepped up this year with Print Media Center, really, really supported me, which means you're supporting the people, because Print Media Center is all about the people. So thank you so much, Brian Dollar.
You're welcome. Thank you.
I see Erica Switzer back there. DirectMail 2.0, come on up. We're just going to rotate this one. We don't stop.
Hello, my friends.
Okay, we're still alive, so. Okay, everybody. I have the pleasure and privilege of introducing you to Brian Dollar. By the way, you should listen to this. What can I say about Erica Switzer and DirectMail 2.0? Last year, they rolled up on here because they saw somebody back there watching the panels or something, right?
Yes.
The people apparently on the other side of the show watch this live. So hi, everybody on Print 18.
Hello.
And they came over here and they said, how can we get involved? And I said, well, you can't just get involved. Who are you? What do you do? And what do you have that can really push the industry forward? And after she told me, I was a little skeptical. I went to their user group and I have fully immersed I haven't just drunk the Kool-Aid. I created a Kool-Aid pool and I swim in it.
You sure have.
DirectMail 2.0 is an amazing technology, and you guys are getting the privilege of hearing about it first if you don't know about it. Erica Switzer, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about who you are and then your amazing product?
Thank you, Deborah, and thank you for having us. I'm so excited to be here this year. I was at the back of the room last year going, I want in on the Printerverse. I'm Erica Switzer. I'm the Vice President of DirectMail 2.0. And, you know, DirectMail 2.0, what does that have to do with printers? I heard an interesting stat earlier today that 80% of print ends up in the mail. So that's why we're relevant to you, because a lot of what you do ends up in the mail. But DirectMail 2.0, we bring integrated marketing solutions to the direct mail. So what does that mean? We actually couple 6 technologies with direct mail to help seamlessly track the effectiveness of the direct mail campaigns and enhance the results by an average of 20 to 50%. So why is that relevant to printers? It means more revenue because you're offering another product, right? But it also means higher reorder rate, right? So 70% of people who order direct mail with DirectMail 2.0 attached to it reorder from you. And that's what we bring, and that's why we're relevant to the show and this Printerverse.
And also, case study-wise, we did a podcast with Postcard Mania, and I know the number changed because Brad told me on the last podcast, but in additional revenue, only from clicking a button that they want DirectMail 2.0 attached to their mail, Postcard Mania made an additional $3 million
Yes, they did.
last year by clicking a button. And I say that because I still didn't believe it, and I asked them to let me test it, and I tested it. And I tested it with ads for the Printerverse. I don't know if you've seen them online, but that's because you visited my website. And the premise is that somebody sends a postcard, they visit the website, and once they visit the website, print is usually done. Not anymore. Now print, through DirectMail 2.0, has a longevity and a way to match your mailing list to the people's social profiles. My ads in a span of a week or so were shown over 172,000 times online by people who were already interested in what I was doing. So I wasn't spamming people, I wasn't harassing anybody. They were already in my ecosystem. From that, I generated 700 clicks back to the website, and if they were allowed to give it to me, which they're not, I would have, I think my mailing list of new contacts from social sharing would have been over 700 people. So this, and you're partnered. I know I'm selling.
I know.
I
You're
can't,
just, why am I
can't
even
help it.
here?
I don't know.
This
I
is
can
awesome.
never. Because I think it's important that people hear a regular person talking about it.
I agree.
Excel makes me cry, and I can use this platform, which is a miracle, because you
Yes.
just go in there and there it is. But why don't you tell them about your partnership with the post office, because I think that's very important, and then I'll stop talking about your product. I'm sorry. I'm obsessed.
No, I love it, because isn't it more relevant to hear how Deborah's experience worked for her with our product, right? I can come up here and say, we're awesome, we offer this, but for
And
a
I
real
didn't
life
even
case
mail a
study,
postcard.
it's awesome.
I cheated. I didn't mail the
She
postcard.
did cheat. She didn't integrate with direct
Right.
mail, but that's what we do. So I forgot your question.
Talk about the integration with
the
informed
integration
delivery.
with informed delivery. So at National Postal Forum this year, we actually announced our integration with the United States Post Office's product Informed Delivery. So through our platform, and one of our technologies is adding informed delivery to the campaign. Does everybody here know what informed delivery is? Okay, for the people at home and the people who don't know, informed delivery is for consumers right now. You can actually register your address with the United States Post Office with informed delivery, and you get a daily email or a daily notification through an app that shows you exactly what's coming in your mailbox that day, right? So it's actually a grayscale image of the direct mail piece that's going to be in your mailbox. And with informed delivery for businesses, they can add a full color ride-along image in conjunction with that direct mail piece so that people can click on it and go to their website. So before they even get home, they can see what's in their mailbox. This works for me because my husband gets home before me, and I'm like, do not throw that Wayfair coupon away. I want it. And he's like, how do you know that it's here? Because informed delivery. So, and the post office actually reports how many emails were sent out, how many emails were opened, and how many ads were clicked on to click through to the website. And the amazing thing about informed delivery is over 80% of people check their emails daily. 80%. And their click-through rate is between 7 and 8%. You're not going to find that click-through rate on any other email campaign that you do. So it's actually really incredible and a valuable tool.
I mean, the post office just doesn't go walking around partnering with businesses. So,
Right.
so there's a reason that they saw the value in your products and services. And the other thing about products and services are the people behind it. And you and Brad are absolutely amazing. Last year at your conference, Impromptu, there were so many people asking questions about how to better use your product that you just said, all right, and you took a chair and you got up on the stage, and for 45 minutes, Erica answered any question that anyone asked her about her product. And as I was sitting there, people next to me were writing checks to buy it. I've never, it was like a thing in the stock market. Like, I want it, no, I want it. It was amazing. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about your conference that's coming up, and then we'll welcome Enfocus to the stage.
Excellent. So Market Edge is our annual conference, and it's coming up November 5th through the 7th. And we actually bring in opinion leaders for integrated marketing solutions. So everybody says in our industry, you have to integrate, you have to integrate. We've heard it, right, for the past 3-4 years. But what we find is with printers, they're like, okay, I get it. I have to integrate. I have to offer more than just print and mail. But what do I offer? And what works best with print and what works best with mail? Well, guess what? you don't have to figure that out anymore. We've done the testing and we've figured it out. So we bring in these experts that actually teach you about what is best to integrate with print. And we go over artificial intelligence, augmented reality, social media, and what you should be doing in conjunction with print to make it more effective and to make more money.
Erica Switzer, thank you so much. DirectMail 2.0 is the website. You'll be here on a bunch of panels. Yes. I am so happy you guys wandered over here last year, and I'm still figuring out a way to buy DirectMail 2.0 because I can sell to the advertising. Oh, okay, I can go crazy thinking about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Enfocus, Wim. Thank you, Erica. Thank you. Go talk to Brian Dollar right now. Wim. Thank you. Hello, so nice to see you. Take one. Oh, I took a picture with him. We'll take one photo, and then we'll go. Okay, we'll go fast. Thank you so much. Okay, how many people use Pit Stop? Switch. Ooh, interesting. We've got some fresh minds for you out there. Enfocus, Wim Franson.
Hello, Deborah. Glad to have me.
I am so happy to have you all the way here from Belgium. Did you bring some beer and chocolate for everybody?
Absolutely, we did. At 4:30 at our booth, we have an hour with beer and Belgian beer, of course.
Okay, you see this happy face? Belgians are always happy because they have very good beer and very good chocolate. Now, they're always happy. I love the Belgians. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about who you are and what you do at Enfocus and what Enfocus does?
Sure. So I'm Wim Franson. I'm the managing director, so the general manager of Enfocus. What we do is we create software. We develop software, two types of software. One is to check the quality of PDF files. PDF is a raw ingredient for print. I see it like that. It's like inks or paper. You have the files themselves, which are also an ingredient. And so on the one hand, our software checks whether the PDF files conform to certain specifications and all that, but also, if they're not, it allows the printers to fix the files, not having to send them back to the clients. That's one thing we do, and then the other software we work on is workflow automation software. And that's a broad tool set to automate different parts of the workflow, to integrate different systems, different solutions that are already present at the printer into a fully automated workflow.
Right. So I've had the fortunate situation to speak to your team because we've been doing some podcasts together, and I'm learning more about that bottleneck in the pre-press stage. I didn't realize it was as severe as it was. I know as a print customer that I don't know how to, I think I'm sending a print-ready file. I think everything is fine. And then you get an email, maybe, or you don't. But certainly if you want to print that file somewhere else, that's when you find out that there was all this work that had gone on at the print shop that you were unaware of. How is Enfocus helping printers streamline that process so that they can get the work through that bottleneck faster and out faster?
Great question. And yesterday we actually won an award with the latest version of Pitstop 2018, because what it does for the first time, it visualizes that bottleneck. It shows users how they use the software and gives them some metrics on how many files are actually passing through without problems, and how many files have to be rejected or fixed. That give them some idea, some benchmarks on how they're performing with respect to the industry average. So how do we help them? Giving them very strong tools to add bleeds to files, to fix resolution issues, font issues, all of that in a very quick way. What we see is that a lot of printers are investing in software. They started to realize that it's really important to optimize the front end of the process to make that investment in the presses really worthwhile, to get the most of that investment. to use software for that. And what we do is we're kind of a middleware. What we do is they might invest in an MIS system or a web-to-print solution because printers want a modern interface to their customers. But then in the back end, they're still manually collecting files and moving them from one place to the other. And so what our software allows them to do is connect those different investments, connect the MIS system with the web-to-print system, with the output devices. And so we have a whole ecosystem of solution partners, many of them who are actually present here at Print.
Many of them are in the Alliance, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, we are very, very happy to be in the Alliance.
I mean,
really.
everybody always mentions Enfocus. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to work with you, because every time I spoke to a printer about PDF pre-flight or things like that, you guys always came up. So it's very interesting to me to hear some of the rationale of why you develop products and services to help the printers out there. Speaking of which, this year you also launched a new version of Switch, right? Or you retuned it. Retuned it.
Yes.
Why don't you let everyone know what Switch is and then what is going on in your booth?
Yeah. So Switch, as I mentioned, is kind of this middleware. It's not your standard fixed workflow as you get with some of the hardware devices. You get kind of a preset workflow. Switch is not like that. Switch is more like Lego blocks in a way, which allows you to build different kinds of automation. And you can start really small. You can automate one part of your business. For instance, as I mentioned, your order intake or something like that. But then you can grow gradually, and we have a whole network of solution integrators, people that help our clients to implement different types of automation.
And that's usually, when I talk to the printers, that's one of the things. They have a fear of implementation, but I would encourage you to go to booth 736 and meet the team behind the, you have all the Belgians here, the ones who develop the products are in your booth to speak to you and see what they're offering. And certainly if you're at home, visit Enfocus.com and take a demo or ask for a demo. And Enfocus will be back on many, many, many panels here in the Printerverse. Wim, thank you so much for your partnership this year. Really looking forward to it. This one's just a short, let's get to meet everybody panel, but we will hear more from you and your team as the days go on. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Deborah.
Really appreciate it. Ashley. And now we're going to bring up Ashley from Domtar Paper. Take one photo. Oh my God, you got to get that 4-over shit off you. Tell the story. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Do you need a water?
I'm
Would you like
okay.
a water? Oh,
I'm
somebody
okay.
left that
Thank
one.
you.
Okay. Our last mover and shaker discussion for today, until we come back tomorrow, is somebody I have spent a lot of time with in cars, in bars, in advertising agencies, brands, and corporations. Ashley is part of the Project Peacock Pioneers. Project Peacock is a digital print roadshow that we have been taking to advertising agencies, brands, and in-house marketing departments of corporations for the sole purpose of showing these print customers, these mega print customers, the opportunities and possibilities that are out there in the world now with the understanding how paper, ink, and press technology all works together. It's a digital print roadshow because that's really the opportunities they don't understand, and we have been having amazing conversations. We've met with over 600, and we've learned a lot. One thing that we've learned for sure is that it pretty much starts with the paper choice. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about what you do at Domtar Paper, and then why paper choice is so important these days.
Hi everyone, I'm Ashley. I'm the brand marketing manager at Domtar. I manage the Cougar, Lynx, Husky, and
Husky?
the Inkjet brands. Deborah loves Husky.
I love Husky.
In addition to promoting the brands, we're also dedicated to being a resource, and a big part of my job is dedicated to talking to printers and creatives and really giving them resources to create their best possible piece with print, but also giving them excitement as a resource too, and just letting them know what the possibilities are, because there's really a lot to be excited about with printed
I'm
paper.
totally stealing that. Excitement is a resource.
Absolutely.
That's genius. It's totally true. I love it. TM, Deborah Corn, sorry. So, what is Domtar's commitment to digital print?
Oh boy, well we have plenty of products within our brands. They're, our brands are created, so no matter how the customer would like to print, there's a product so that they can still offer that consistency within their brand, because sometimes offset's the best choice, sometimes it's inkjet, sometimes it's digital, and we offer that to make the choices easier for them. So, and it's also, we work with the OEMs to make sure that our products perform in the way that they are supposed to, so that the end user doesn't really have to think about the paper that much, so that they just get what they want to get with the final result.
I would also dare to say that you have a print generation tool on your website, which is your Blue Line Gallery.
Oh yeah.
If you have customers and their print is stale and you're trying to give them some, the truth of the matter is you want to sell more print, and you're not going to sell many more trifold brochures. But maybe there is something else out there that you could turn that trifold brochure into. And the Blue Line Gallery is filled with inspiration that you can share with your customers and collaborate with them and just start conversations about updating their print. How does the Blue Line Gallery work?
Well, it's very simple. You just submit your work to us. You have to fill out get your customer to fill out permission that we can actually put it on our website, that sort of a thing. But it's a great tool because there's no fee, obviously. It's not like entering a contest. You don't have to fill out pages and pages
But
of
they
forms.
print it on your paper to begin with.
Yes, absolutely.
So there's that one little catch.
Yeah.
You got to print on Domtar paper. But if you do,
Yeah.
then they want to pretty much, and listen to this carefully, promote your print.
And yeah, and
Through
the
that
promotion
gallery.
actually goes beyond just the gallery on the website at domtarblueline.com. Deborah's a big fan of our new social media platform.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, we've really stepped it up this year, and we're promoting a lot of the gallery pieces through our social media, which has a big organic following. Huge. And we also promote some of our favorite gallery submissions in our Blue Line magazine. We've recently begun amping up those videos, and those are going to be on social media too. So really, it really does, the work does get promoted. So it's a big boost to the printer, but also the person that created the piece from a creative standpoint.
It's an amazing opportunity. One thing we've learned from walking into an advertising agency is that they love awards.
Yeah.
They love recognition. You cannot walk into an advertising agency without a glass cabinet full of awards that they want to show you. And to be able to say to them, look, if we start with this piece of paper could become something that gets promoted by Domtar Paper.
Oh,
if
yeah.
we print it out on a certain technology, and that certain technology is partners with Domtar Paper,
Yeah.
that's another industry mega giant that is now promoting your work and your customers. That is a value add. That is a way to differentiate yourself by literally doing what you do already, just understanding that the paper companies have a vested interest in showing everybody the awesome print that can be produced on their products.
Oh, absolutely. And it's a good place for your to direct your customers also, because a lot of people, we found out through Project Peacock, really don't understand what the opportunities are in print, and they don't really understand what they can do, all the possibilities that they can do to really help them reach their marketing and their design goals, and really make them look like the rock stars in their company or for the agency they work for to the client.
Right. Well, you can find BlueLineGallery.com, right?
It's domtarblueline.com. Yep.
Sorry, DomtarBlueLine.com. and at Domtar Paper. I encourage you all to follow their social media, especially if you love otters. I just got to put that out there. They have an otter, very cute otter pictures going. So, Ashley, we need to wrap up this panel, but you'll be back, and thank you so much for all your support of Project Peacock, of course, and the Printerverse. And by the way, Domtar Paper printed for everybody all the awesome international print day posters that are in the back that were designed by Craig Bauer, who was
Right
in
there.
here. Where is he?
I see him.
Hi, Craig. Who's designed by Craig Bauer back there. And grab one, and thank you so much for that as well. We'll be back in about 5 minutes for our next panel. Thanks, everybody, for joining us.